Welcome everybody to Tabletop to Keyboard. I am Dustin, your storyteller. This is iKindred, Chapter 7, Auctoritas Ritae. And I have all my players back.
Woo!
And so I would normally
Some of them don't know what happened, and apparently it was epic.
We're going to let them talk a little bit about their characters, not
big deal.
spoiling anything from
Not spoiling.
last game, because one character was not here, and we don't want them to
I don't
know
know what you're
anything
talking
till it's time tonight. But we are going to go ahead and let them talk a little bit about who their characters are, minus the new weird stuff. Jeff, why don't you tell us a little bit about Nathan Sanchez here briefly?
All right. Well, I'm Jeff. I play Nathan Sanchez. Nathan Sanchez is a disgruntled, attempted politician. He wanted to get into things, fix the world, make the world a better place, but he got disenfranchised. And once he realized things were never going to change, he took to the streets, and he wanted to make change the hard way. Only to find out.
That's my favorite line. He took to the streets. I love that.
Only to find himself swooped into the paranoid world of vampirism, where he once again discovered the world is unmoving and uncaring and will never change. He's pissed about it.
It's almost like the world is of darkness.
Baby,
my
the
God.
world is a vampire sent
Oh,
to destroy me.
sent to
Oh.
Terrible, dude.
Just for that one, we're skipping Boffrin. No. Boffrin, why don't you tell us a little bit about your character now?
Okay, for the rest of the night, I'll be doing my on-point Billy Corgan impression.
Oh, God.
So what do I get for my pay?
Oh.
I do not like that CD because in college, that was that CD and Dave Matthews' Satellite were the only two CDs he played for the semester.
On loop.
I don't care what anybody says. CD1 was better than
Actually, for
CD2.
the year.
Don't
You
care what
guys-
anybody
Because I had
says.
him for the full year.
Chat, you're here for the vampirism, you stay for the pop culture talk. That's what we're really providing here tonight. Is if you came here to see Vampire, you're shit out of luck. We're going to talk Billy Corgan now for an hour and a half. This is
It's all Billy Corgan.
It's all
night.
Billy Corgan all night.
What do you got?
Hey, Boffrin, why don't you tell us a little about your character,
All right,
Thomas?
So Thomas had escaped the cult life, got to college and was like, yeah, and then gets hit by a ton of reality of finding out, some of these cult teachings were actually true, and is still coming to grips with like, oh my God, I've become basically what I was taught was God. So,
Not so bad.
exploring the world of vampirism and this power. It's just a matter of trying to play it by ear, survive, and hopefully eventually thrive and figure out more of what's down the well.
But to learn to love the bomb.
Yes. That's how I learned to love the
Exactly.
mom.
Levi, tell us a little about Second.
Well, Second used to be a man looking for truth, specifically in the vein that he knew the AI he contributed in creating was secretly behind the ultimate destruction of his friends and family, and maybe there never was a full hidden cell network of other people working on it. Maybe it was just him.
Maybe it wasn't.
So he's set to destroy it. And now he's a vampire. And that was a bit of a curveball. Not going to lie. But it's okay because fire will fix everything.
That's right.
Words of wisdom.
And
The
returning
truth
to
will
us
burn us out.
for this game is Cameron playing Omar. Tell us about Omar.
So Omar is really socially awkward. People don't really get him, but that's okay because he doesn't mind too much. He's better behind the scenes where he likes to work on what we like to call multi-level marketing projects. His current one is called Hemoglobal. It's basically like blood delivery to your house. I don't know why, but that's what he's gonna do. And he's gonna keep working on that and be completely oblivious to all the craziness that apparently is happening around him. Apparently.
All right. So, the best recap from last game I can give without ruining things for Cameron is that the party decided to hit up the job board that they had heard about the previous game session and decide, you know what, we want to take that job for the sheriff of the domain and go find that missing deputy. They went, they met the sheriff, a Ventru who runs one of those big banks that Nathan hates. They get up there, they get up to the penthouse, they take the job, and little by little, slowly, it starts to sit in on them that that maybe things aren't what they thought. It was about this time when
That's very accurate.
that shit maybe went sideways a little, and maybe things that some people thought were true were found out to be false, and then there was a van, right? I mean, and they were in the middle, and
There was
maybe
definitely a van.
and Levi, and second was running through the ditches from the witches that,
Oh.
and it was So all of those things
And then I
happened,
definitely slammed.
There was a Dracula.
and then
There
and then
was.
and then through the powers of chat, Taper got back involved, and then that got weird, and now
Super weird.
they are in the van along the highway somewhere, in a place where they are going to find their way back. And at this point, we're going to leave the three of them there, still confused and wondering what's going on, and we're going to go back to Omar. Now,
Who's having a great time.
Omar did not go with the rest of the group. He had better things to do. Doing the hard legwork that needs to be done to get the supply ready for Hemoglobal. Because Hemoglobal is a fantastic iKindred app now that exists out there thanks to Second's, hand in it. It exists, it's there. But now, if people start ordering, somebody's got to get the blood. Right. You got to figure out how to get the product now to the people that need it.
Yeah.
So you're out doing that legwork, and it isn't long while you're out there doing some of that legwork, finding new and different types of people to try to get under your moth flow here. Had to kill a moth.
Whoa.
Sorry. Insect
That's
interruption.
actually Mothra.
Where is
Inside-
Sprocket when you need him?
Yeah.
I think Dustin's a Malkavian.
So, so you're out there doing, beating the streets, trying to gain more and more unsuspecting kind to become, part of your herd that you'll have access to. And as you're doing all this,
I don't discriminate.
Oh man,
Good luck figuring that out right
sending
now.
it in Discord. No, I know exactly what's going to happen. Don't worry. This is going to happen, Captain Kyrian. It's just going to take a little bit of lead in before we get to it, but it's going to happen. Don't you worry. So, it is about this point while you're out there that you get a ding on your iKindred device.
Great.
You spend a moment to get it pulled up there, and you flip through it, and you got a message, an incoming link that takes you to ask you to download an app called The Vineyard.
Oh, yeah. When someone sends me unsolicited downloads, I definitely always click them.
You click and it quickly downloads an app very similar to Hemoglobal. And you get on there and a little pop-up cookie advertisement starts playing, and it has this female voice. It says, Here at the Vineyard, you can find all the greatest selections of Ritae created blood wines for your consumption. And it has this little picture of orchards and a winery, and there's this really nice facility, and there's all these really fancy looking bottles, and it goes through talking about all the different different pallets you may have, those with selective feeding problems, that it can handle all of your feeding needs. And you get this whole little infomercial about it. And then it ends, and you get just one message that comes back through after the link, and it says, "Stay in your lane."
Oh, wow. That sounds great. I feel like hostile takeover has a different meaning in the vampire world.
Stay in your lane.
That's fine. There's room for two, right?
The message comes through, and of course, these aren't just anonymous messages. And iKindred, everyone has a profile. And you see that the name that sent this to you is Natalie Giovanni.
Somebody's just hurting
That
for a
name would mean a lot.
diablerization. Just saying.
I bet she's a Ventrue.
It sounds like a Ventrue kind of name.
That would be the best plot twist ever. You get there, it's like, I'm a Toreador.
It's
just a
listen to
family
my
name.
music or else.
It's a coinky dink.
I was poached in a rivalry. It was
Man, that'd be amazing.
So, it is roughly about this time when, after you get this message and you start to learn a little bit about the vineyard, that you probably will receive some manner of frantic communication, probably, if I had to guess, from Nathan.
Fantastic.
You guys are out along the highway. You guys
That's where life
have a stake in Taper's chest.
It's true.
We won't go any further into that.
Wait, no. Remember, we don't.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
Absconded.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. It got knocked loose.
It got knocked
Yep.
loose.
It got knocked loose and he disappeared.
Yeah.
See, we didn't do the spoilers, guys. It
That's
was
right.
Dustin.
It was me. So, you guys are in the van.
Down by the river.
And
Maybe.
all of this is
Allegedly.
just sort of come to a realization here a bit about what's going on. What you think you have to do next.
Record skip.
Yeah, record skip. We lost cabin pressure. And about that point, Taper appears in the passenger seat of the van as you guys are all in the back. And he kind of turns around and he looks at you all. So what's going on?
Jerry! Buckle up, Jerry.
He looks
Stop
side-eyed.
running off.
Wait, who's Jerry?
You're Jerry.
I'm Jerry.
Okay.
No. I'm Taper.
Oh, God, that's such a dumb name. Why did I make that up?
I'm your side.
Okay. No, you're not. Okay. Sure. And what should we do, my lord?
I mean, you guys are what are you doing out here anyway? You guys go back to the hatchery?
What do you think we should do?
Levi? Second, make a perception plus alertness.
I'm good at that, actually. Say that before I roll. So,
Black.
yeah. One success.
One success. Now, it's possible that the barbed wire marks that he would have around his arms and maybe even his neck from where he got caught up in that fence, he could have healed that with some Vitae. But he doesn't seem to even have the wound on the chest where the stake
Can
went
I-
in.
Can I scan him with level 3 aspects?
Sure.
I'm guessing just heightened senses, but the whole bit about aspects versus obfuscate,
Sure.
implies,
Contested rolls.
yeah, that if I'm just higher than. So, am I rolling against some sort of that? What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do?
Okay, what level of aspects do you have right now?
I'm only 3.
You're only a 3.
Yeah.
Okay, let me check Taper. I want to.
It says if the 2 scores are equal, both make a resisted roll.
Okay.
Um,
Taper seems to. You don't notice anything by peering at him with aspects. You can see what you can see, but you don't see anything extra.
All right. Well, then it's definitely Taper. Okay. What do you think we should do?
I just got here, so you're gonna have to. You guys. I heard you took a job, so I came to see how it was going, and you seem to have taken a pit stop. So, what's going on?
When
Wait,
is a
he's
van
back?
not a van?
What?
When is a van not a van?
Ooh, a riddle. I wasn't
Taper, this
expecting
is
riddles.
fucking important. I'm trying to get to the core of the issue here, okay? When is a van not a van, Taper? You told me this.
When is a van not a van? When it's a getaway car? And with celerity type speed, he hops
Gross.
over into the driver's seat and proceeds to mash the gas pedal. I need Dex plus athletics from the 3 of you in the back of the van. DC is 7. Standard DC.
6 successes.
Whoa.
0 successes.
0 successes. Okay. So this thing starts to take off, and you find yourself thrown against the back doors of the van. I will apply absolutely no damage to second in this process.
One whole success.
Nothing. Yeah, there's nothing. But you get thrown against the back of it. Those of you who have any successes, you guys are able to brace yourself as Taper goes taking off down the road. He flips the thing into a Yui and starts to head back towards town.
Wait, where the fuck are we going, man? Why are you driving?
He said he needed a getaway car. We need to get away.
What are we getting away from, Taper?
Whatever you were going to.
What was I going to, Taper?
I don't know. You're not talking right. Tell me what you're doing.
I'm speaking perfectly clearly.
Once you leave the hatchery, you're not supposed to go back to the hatchery. You have to leave the hatchery, and you have to leave the nest, and you have to go to town. And town is that way. So what were you doing going this way? And he's saying this to you as he's not watching with the foot still mashed down, doing like 80 down this like state road headed back towards town.
Okay. Taper. Slow down. First off, I've already put this into a telephone pole. So can we just... First off, the van's not going to last much longer at this rate. Here, I'll drive. It's my van. I'll drive.
He slams on the brakes, whips it over there onto the shoulder.
Oh my god. Take it easy. Okay. Here. Chinese fire drill. And then I hop out.
He hops out of the driver's seat.
I get in the driver's seat.
He hops up into the back.
I casually start heading back into town.
Okay. So you try to limp the van back into town after he takes it on a bit of a road race. You come rolling on back in towards town.
I go the speed limit.
Okay.
Taper,
Yeah.
what is your mission in life?
Ooh, a mission. Well, What makes you think I have a mission?
Taper.
Right? I mean, right now you're my mission.
What do you want to teach me?
Well,
I want to learn. I'm sorry for all the trouble I've put you through. I've been a bad student, and I owe you a sincere apology. This is all a lot, and I really thought I understood how deep the valleys could go. But I was really wrong, and I don't know how much time before one adjusts to all of this. But I don't know how you stand up when the floor keeps falling out from under you. So you're just trying to help, and I'm sorry.
For like half a second, I believed you. So where are you taking us now? I mean,
You told me to go back into town.
right?
I'm just trying to follow your guidance.
You're actually gonna listen to me.
Well,
We're making
you haven't
progress.
led me astray so far.
We are making progress.
Maybe all of this would have gone better if I'd just listened in the first place.
Yeah, because I was sent here by Chandra and Tyrone to find you guys and bring you back because they said there's a complication.
What's the
Oh yeah, there is.
What's the
Oh yeah,
complication?
there is.
He didn't tell me.
Oh. Okay.
Good, because I wanted to talk to those guys.
So he said that we need to gather you up and where's the
Get
ugly
Omar. Grab him before he gets out of there.
Oh,
Well, if we got to gather all of us up, we're missing our face.
What a terrible choice for a face.
Oh yeah,
you guys just let him wander off alone?
it's better that way sometimes, man. Yeah, otherwise, he's gonna try to sell you a timeshare. It's crazy.
How do you know he's gonna come back?
I don't.
Omar always comes back.
Probably does.
It's
That's
like a bad
loyalty.
pity.
He's got a face only Coterie could love.
Well,
Yeah, you guys got your phones, right? You can record stuff.
you know, his sire Grub, we never had to wonder about Grub wandering off. He basically never moved. He was always right where we left him. Reliable. That's what Grub was. Reliable.
Flammable. That's what Grub was.
Well, now we can't hold that against him. We're all flammable.
Yes, we are.
Oh,
So about that Tyrone and Chandra thing.
oh, yeah. Find your friend first. Tyrone is he's often a man of few words when he asks of us, so I don't even know what's going on. I found you guys out there in a van, just hanging out. I mean, it took a while.
You mean it took a while?
It took a while. You know how many connections I had to make to find out you guys took the job from the sheriff? I mean,
Weren't you there?
no.
Talked to you like multiple times tonight.
You haven't talked to me.
Hold on a second. Hey, Taper,
What?
Yeah.
how many are there of you?
There's just me that I know of. Why would there be more than one me?
Oh, no, I'm just curious. That's all. Just curious.
Second, is there more
Sir?
than one of me?
Not that I'm aware of.
Because there's not more than one of you. Is there?
That's a more complicated issue.
Is that why you're
There's
second?
layers
Is there a
there.
first?
I was assured there was not a first until about an hour ago, and now a lot of things have gotten a little bit speculative, but that's okay because my sire is here to help me see the path, and I'm just gonna drive right down it to pick up my fresh-faced friend, and we are gonna settle all this together like a family.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna settle it like family. You guys are finally coming around. You're finally getting it, I think.
Yeah, we're getting it.
Have you heard back from Omar?
I keep sending him messages. He's probably like on some like apps right now and not paying attention.
What text do I receive?
Where the fuck are you?
Text back. I'm right here. Been here the whole time.
He's back at
Damn it, Omar. Where's here?
You get a somewhat secured, like, weird app that looks like a Google Maps pin. That just has longitude and latitude out to 10 decimal points.
Grab something you can stab with. We're picking you up.
Grab something
that you can stab with. I love it.
I look around. I find an appropriate sized stick that's probably not strong enough to stab anything with, but that's what I got.
You find like a piece of like broken broom handle in an alley.
Perfect.
It might actually work if you were to try to stab with it. I'll give you a chance.
Sweet. I got potence. I can make anything
You got
stab
potence.
work.
You can
It's like a piece of straw.
Work.
yeah, it's like when straight line winds blow like entire sticks into the sides of barns. Like, yeah, you can make
That's
that
me.
happen. That's fine.
He's over here. It's left up there, and then down the way a couple blocks.
All right, so second, driving the speed limit, rolls down the streets, and when it rolls up there to pick you up, Omar, I assume you're standing probably hidden in shadows with obfuscate.
Oh yeah, that's basically how I live my life.
Yeah, so you roll up. You will have to probably reveal yourself a little bit for second to be able to spot you. You guys.
I dropped a pin. I expect him to stop at the pin.
So he will
I could
stop.
not have been more clear.
He will stop at the pin, but upon looking around initially, he would have to strain with Auspex to try to see you at this point through a contested roll. So I assume when the van rolls up,
Strain with Auspex.
he's going to do this because you got the same number of dots, so it is a contested roll.
I don't know what I'm supposed to
Perception
contest.
subterfuge. You roll manipulation subterfuge.
Yeah.
You know what? Omar, just get in the van.
Come on, we're rolling dice.
We're just doing that, Dustin. Where does
I
van
get
look
zero
like?
success.
Well, that's what I was going to say. So you notice the front end has some damage to it. 3 successes. How many do you have, Levi?
0.
0. So yeah, Omar will have to drop Auspex or drop obfuscate in order for you to see him. But when
he stops the van, I literally just creep over, open the van, and get in.
Okay, so you creep over and you get into the passenger seat.
Ah!
Good work. You stopped right at the pin. That's what I
hold
expected.
up my phone like it's actually a weapon I could hit something with. Ah!
It's like, oh, I got one of these.
Ah!
Broom handle.
Do I see him? Does he? Do you drop Auspex or?
Yeah. Once I get in the van, I do.
Okay. After he drops, I just go. Ah! Sorry, Omar. Sorry.
What?
Paper, cover your ears. And if he does it,
van.
Who are you talking to?
I said taper cover your ears.
He like a kid like puts his fingers in his ears.
We're gonna go kick the shit out of Tyrone and Chandra.
Wait, who did what?
So we're gonna go kick the shit out of them.
Oh. Why? What happened to Van?
Okay, there's a lot we gotta cover, and then I want to real quick text in our little secured. I would like. Hold on. Let me back up. At some point on this drive, could I have multitasked also before we move forward any further, establishing some sort of what I believe to be a secure text channel for just us?
Intellect
Wait,
plus
you mean-
WhatsApp?
intellect plus computers, but I will let you do this because you're driving the speed limit, so you're not pushing the driving that hard.
He's literally
Since
just like
you got time, so
programming on the phone.
yeah, you're.
So
Intellect
basically,
plus-
WhatsApp, dude.
you're
It's
looking
all
for a
encrypted.
digital safe space for us, is what you're saying?
Yeah,
You know,
that
just
where
a-
we can have just conversation and not have to worry about like people poking in. I've got if it's let's see that's is it difficulty of 7 typically then?
Yes, unless stated
Okay.
otherwise.
Okay. I never remember that. I'll ask it every single time.
That's fine.
I have 7 successes to do that.
Okay, so you have created like a super encrypted personal chat,
Just want personal chat.
Just personal chat.
and
and
chat.
and the rest of them,
Photos too, you know?
and the 3 of them, of course, get the invite from Second to join this thing, and
and then it says in text, "Trust us, Omar. We may all have to pretend right now. The van is not a van. Everything's wrong." And that's all it says.
Types. Sounds great. 3 exclamation points. Happy face with teeth smile.
emoji back.
I love that the Masquerade's emoji.
Nos emojis. Yes.
Nos
man.
emojis.
Can there
Nos
be-
emojis.
Can
Nos
we please
emojis.
make actual Nos emojis where it's just a super like hideous face giving teeth smiles? Please let that be a thing. If not, Omar is creating it and selling that shit.
That's the next thing
Nos
after Hemoglobal is Nos
I
emojis.
love
Nos emojis.
Nos emojis. That's
I figured that's
brilliant.
not too bad because what you do is you censor the face just enough to be able to see teeth.
Perfect.
Because you know the screen would break showing it, right?
That's true.
It
It would just
shatters.
crack.
Oh, that's great. So you get this, and you guys are having this little conversation, and Taper kind of leans up there in a second, and he's like, "Okay," he goes, "Now there's a warehouse on 87th. That's where
On
Tyrone
87th.
said I'm supposed to gather you all and go to the warehouse on 87th.
87th warehouse gathering.
That's it."
Sir, I have a request. If you would let me please just do this. I want to bring us there without your... I don't mean to ask too much, but without your escort. So can we just as a sign of good faith that we've arrived to prove that we can even just show up where we're asked to without being led there.
I mean, you want you. I mean, Tyrone is Tyrone's. He's kind of old school.
He's kind of scary, just straight up scary.
Well, he's a brouhaha. He's gonna be a little scary.
Nate's not scary. Nate's angry, but he's not scary.
Have you
Nothing
seen
personal, Nate.
what he can do?
What Nate can do? Yeah, but I mean, okay. Look, am I convinced? Again, nothing personal, Nate. That Nate can break me in half over the van? Of course, that can happen. Am I scared of Nate? Not yet. Is Nate very angry? Yes. He wanted to burn all of those hippies, and I don't blame him. Tyrone is scary. There's just, you get it, sir. You're terrifying.
Okay, so you,
Yeah. See that? Like when you don't know what you're gonna say, I get like chills.
so
I'm afraid like knives are gonna shoot out of your face.
So what exactly do you want me to do for you then before you get to the warehouse?
Okay. You don't have to yell. You don't have to yell. I get it.
Boy, somebody really fucked with you.
I just whatever you think is best. I just wanted to put my idea on the table, but sir, I will follow your lead.
Okay, well, so my mission, which you were so
I choose to accept it.
aptly correct, was I was on a mission. Yes, was to find you all and bring you to the warehouse to meet with the other
On 86th.
sires. Yeah. 87th. You already got the address wrong, but it's okay. It's okay. We're gonna get there. We're all gonna be fine. Everybody.
They all think we need to. It's 86th. I understand, sir.
He winks. Yeah. Okay. And he kind of just sits back.
All right. I start driving towards the warehouse on 86th.
You guys
And I start
seem really tense.
I start texting to Nate and the group. What do we do?
Nate texts back, I'm going to piss off Tyrone. You guys get it on camera. We'll get a confession.
Text. You know,
Oh,
we
wow.
don't need
This
to
seems
sell out our
intense.
sires to pull this off, right? Basically, we just need to find patsies. That's it. Also, remember, this is a society where sins of the father do fall upon the child, generally speaking, from what we've seen.
You know that as a fact because Omar has Grubb's debt.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's great.
So a steak and stuff in a box.
Steakums.
We'll figure out what to do with him once he's down. If he kicks the shit out of me, I don't give a fuck. You just take whatever you get. We take it up to the flagpole. We take it up to whoever will take it. And at least we got something.
And we take it to the streets. Step up 2.
Damn right. Movie titles.
All right, so you eventually get to the location, and it can't be any more of a cliche movie rundown warehouse. Broken windows in a few places, not secured up, not the way that you would expect a haven to be.
Can I drive the van into said warehouse?
There is a set of double doors that are closed, but they could be opened if with a little effort, probably.
I apply effort.
With a little van effort.
Are you van efforting to
No,
drive
no,
through,
no,
or
no,
just
no.
getting? Is
No,
someone
no,
getting
no.
out and opening them? Is what I need to know.
I'm getting them out and opening them.
Okay, so you get out there. The chains are already laying off to the side.
Of course. And I
You-
open that, and
You
then I want to
slide
make sure
the door open.
I'll take the chains.
I want to drive in, and I want to park half the van in the giant pool of water from the ceiling damage.
All right.
So as we step out, our bodies reflect in the water as the drippy drip with the bad rafters and the various crates.
You got the right idea.
Is this where we cue the spy break music?
you guys pull into the aforementioned warehouse with all of the various crates and forklifts, parked over in corners and things of that nature. And you pull in. Are you going to pull in far enough that the door can be closed behind you, or are you leaving it open?
Yeah.
Are you gonna close the door behind you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Masquerade. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Just making sure.
Doors.
I just gotta clear these things up before we do anything.
Everybody
else,
knows
so.
Masquerade. Step 1, close the door.
Step 1, close the doors. So you drive in your van.
Got a hole in the box.
You close the doors.
Cut a hole in the box.
That's always step 1.
2.
Step 3, dominate their butts.
And you see, as you guys make your way, who's all getting out of the van? Everyone?
I am, yeah.
Okay.
I'm getting
Yeah.
out of the van.
So everybody
Oh,
gets
That's
out of
just
the
how
van.
you do. It's my siren a box.
Is the lights on still on the van, or are you killing the lights?
I dramatically allow the lights to be on till everybody gets out, and then we stand in, and then everybody but me is standing in the headlights,
In the headlights,
casting
casting
long
the silhouettes.
silhouettes,
All right.
backlit with halos of light. And I let that sink in for a couple seconds as our sires are washed in the same headlight looking shitty. And then I shut the headlights off, and then I get out.
So you guys get out. Taper gets out too, and he's standing there
I'm
with you
obviously-
guys. And you're across the little bit the way they're making their way out from behind one of the forklifts. You see Tyrone and Chandra come walking out.
Hey, what's up?
Well, I'm
Gonna hit him
glad
with,
you all took the time to
encouragement.
come here and meet us. He looks over.
Yeah,
at
I was
Taper.
already looking for you.
Now, Tabor tells me you all took a job for the sheriff.
Oh, you did tell us to get out there, get circulating, and get mingling.
So, would you like to tell me what it is that you learned today?
I'm gonna hit him with entrancement real
I
quick.
start looking at Second and Nathan. Do I? I mean, do you want me to, or you guys either you guys wanna?
The ringleader, right? Right, is enough successes.
I learned that my van used to be a van, but now it's a cradle.
I don't know what the fuck
I
that
don't
means.
think that's what you're asking me. You know what? I'm sorry. I'm still talking, and I'm pretty sure this is not what anybody wants to hear. Hold on. You know what? I'm gonna put my words back in my head, and okay, good talk. And I want to nervously stand by Omar, so we look nervous together.
Omar's an obfuscate.
You guys are just standing there together, just invisible, twitching. So who'd you have us kill, man?
Oh, come on. Let's just look. Here's what we really learned today. You want to know the truth?
You can't handle the truth.
We learned favors are the currency of the immortals. And it doesn't necessarily matter that you actually did the favor right. What's really important is if it's going to turn out a way that you don't like, you need to have a patsy.
And you think that you are all my patsies.
Are you gonna tap dance around this shit? You know what
Actually,
you're
my
doing.
username is pleated khakis, but I can change it, and then I go back by Omar.
So, what have you come here to do
But
today?
we also understand that the sins of the father transfer to the children.
That'd be correct. Your friend Omar taught you that one when his sire burned alive in his own haven.
Tragic accidents, sometimes city gas utilities just have issues.
So yeah, that squatter, that gangrel, maybe he wasn't exactly
deputy.
a squatter.
Yeah. So what's up with that?
Well, there were things that we couldn't let the sheriff know just yet. The sheriff caught wind of what exactly it was we were doing. He had heard about all of you. See, that makes you just as much a liability as me. So prior to Prince Sebastian taking run of this city and implementing his iKindred devices to help uphold his masquerade, there was a much more violent prince named Voltaire. Me and Prince Voltaire did not particularly get along real well. As you've all come to slowly learn, me, Chandra, Grub, Taper, belong to the sect known as the Sabbat.
Now, how did the Harpy get involved with that? I mean, was that just a back deal, or is the Harpy also Sabbat, or?
Ooh,
Said she was Sabbat, man.
she's Sabbat. But she has a different role to play. You see, Nathan, you asked me once why we created you. We put you through all of this. Because while you're out there trying to round up a few hippie would-be mortals to hold some signs and yell shit at a brick building where assholes like the sheriff up in his penthouse can't even hear them, won't even notice them, thinking you were gonna make change. We're looking to get rid of the asshole at the top. See, every time you try to peel back a layer, all you're going to find is another one of us. Or should I say them? And that's what the Camarilla does. It puts layers upon layers upon layers of their web to make sure that nothing ever changes unless it's the way they want it to change. But what they do is they're all patsies, doing whatever the elders tell them, but us in the Sabbat, we know better. We know that freedom for us, freedom for the people that we oversee, the people that Omar's busy rounding up to be heard to help feed our war, to help fuel our powers. All of those things only become truly free once the elders are gone. You want to free them from their unfair college tuitions, for educations that they get for jobs that don't exist. You want to help them get out from under the thumb of greedy landlords who exploit them. All you're doing is picking out retainers and ghouls, doing a job they don't even know why they do. You follow those webs up far enough, Nathan, and what you're going to find is a crusty old Kindred that needs its head removed from its body. And that's what we're here to do. And that's how you make real change.
You're trying to say that you got permission to make a bunch of assassins?
Oh, hell no.
No, he didn't. No, that we
No.
got slipped in the system.
No. But see, this is where y'all done went and fucked up. It was best that you didn't know. Because now we got a real problem. We got Elysium coming up. And we was gonna need all of you to attend. And that may be alright for you, Nathan. And that would probably be alright for Second. And we could send Omar in, no problem. But he turns and he looks at Thomas. But we have a problem with
The
you.
mark?
Don't we, Chandra? You see, he has a date with Anatoly. The primogen for Clan Tremere. And when he sits down with this Tremere is going to present him with an item. Think of it as a supernatural polygraph. He's going to be grilled intensively over any potential connection to us and things way worse than us. And we needed him to be able to answer truthfully. So now I'm going to need a favor from you.
Who's he looking at when he says that?
He looks at you, and he looks at Omar. We're going to need you to hold him down.
The fuck?
No, you won't need them to hold me down, because I think I know how you can get around this. And I think it's probably going to be Chandra, and it's going to be restructuring my memory, so
Yeah,
I won't be lying.
I don't know exactly if I could do that. So what we were thinking is that we might need Second's help.
You mean, madness overriding, okay. I gotcha.
We're just rolling with this shit now, guys? These guys, like, just made us pretending like we were legit. We're just gonna be walking in the city. We don't have permission to be there.
Yeah, we do. We're officially in the app now.
Yeah,
in
we're
the system.
registered as
It's
the
like-
dudes who assassinated the
No,
squatter
we're not
gang roll.
registered. We are not registered as those dudes, because the harpy who controls the favors knows that we know what went on. The harpy is going to protect us because the harpy is complicit otherwise. However, the harpy is also part of the Sabbat, so it's already having an agent in there. And the best resolution to this is, of course, for us to find, as new people, for us to find the quote patsies who are going to take this on, which I'm assuming would be, there might be an outlying, what would you call it, a pack, or maybe someone who, there's probably someone who didn't like the sheriff and or the deputy, who probably would be kind of tactically sound to get rid of, isn't there?
I text the group, are we going along with this? Or are we trying to find a way out?
I just got here. I'll follow your lead.
I'm aware
Vampire
of
tooth smiley face.
I'm aware of your stance on the issue.
Nate just looks at Thomas.
I mean, you tell me. I look at our sires. I'm like, am I right? There's got to be someone with the way this whole society works. People have grudges. They've been maturing for millennia, maybe, or a century or two, maybe even a half century, right? There is some patsy out there who have sat there and tried to overreach.
I'm sure somewhere there's probably an entire vault full of our kind and caskets who angered Prince Voltaire. But it's a damn shame what happened to Prince Voltaire now, isn't it? Some say he died in that fire. Whole building up in smoke. But I don't think he's gone. I think he's just biding his time.
Well, is there some way to connect that? Well, was the sheriff installed by Voltaire, or was the sheriff installed by the mystery prince?
Group text. Thomas, you'll have to explain all of this to me later. This has too many layers, and I have an onion of my own.
The current sheriff was put into place by Prince Voltaire. He retained his position under Prince Sebastian, so long as he agreed to enforce the iKindred doctrine that everyone be registered by harpies. It was Prince Sebastian who offered the olive branch that we took to allow ourselves to be registered so that we could hatch this plan. He was willing to put one of our own in a position of harpy to oversee that the Sabbat economy of boons was thus added to the domain's economy of boons. Those who had any dealings between the groups, if they came forth with them and registered them properly, there would be no action taken. The war between myself and Prince Voltaire became too hot. Too much fighting in the streets is what they claimed. Too many mortals seeing things they weren't supposed to see. So now we have to try things a different way. Our war had to become a covert war. So we hatched a plan. You guys are that plan. At least you were.
What was the plan? We just go in there, we hang out for a little bit, people get to know who we are, and then we just sleeper cell, wake up, and just start assassinating people?
No.
Shit wasn't gonna work, man.
No. You were never going to wake up.
It's Lich.
Thank you, Lich.
Oh, he's teasing with the taper thing again already.
It's very close.
Very
Edging
close.
hour is back.
Taper's currently standing.
The edging hour.
The edging hour.
The edging hour.
Right. So I guess now it's time to sit there and invoke a bit of madness in me, and hopefully, and basically tactically do it to change memories, so I can pass a a truth bone probably, or something that's been ritualized to a point where it indicates truth or falsehood.
And for that,
Way too up for this stuff every time, man.
we are gonna need the two of you to help hold him down.
What do you need me to do? Because I don't know that I can.
What do you mean? You don't know if you can.
What? I will do whatever I can to help.
Just break him.
What?
Taper leans over. Yeah, the same way you broke Jerry. You remember Jerry, don't you?
I thought you forgot, Jerry.
Oh, I didn't forget Jerry. You forgot Jerry. Now, why would anybody confuse Jerry for me? Second, you think back and you remember Taper bringing you your coffee while you worked. You remember him around the office. And as you think back a little further, you remember that Jerry, he had lighter colored hair. His eyes weren't dark brown. They were green. He had a bigger nose than Taper. You remember Jerry differently now. But you still remember biting him. But wait, it wasn't him. No, it was Taper that you bit. And then you hear Thomas's words re-echo back through your head. The harpy is complicit. The harpy is complicit. The harpy is complicit. And then you remember.
Uh-huh.
You took Jerry to the harpy. You'd met Tasha before. Why did you take him to the harpy? He needed to be changed. It was her. She's the one who turned Jerry into Taper.
Okay.
I text in the app. There are reasons I sit there and let myself go through this. Besides, there's, trust me, I grew up getting worse shit done to me.
I'll look over at Tyrone. You hold him down then.
Do we do this on a chair or what? I look around looking for a chair.
They take you over there and they have a chair to sit you down there in. So both Omar and Nathan are going to help restrain you.
Are we?
Are you?
I'll look over at Tyrone and tell him he holds him down. I'm not doing it.
Nate, I'll
walk
put it
up
to you
and
this
stand
way.
there.
I'm the one who can break it. Basically, I'm the one who can compromise this whole crap, and this is our way out. It was either this or Chandra sitting there and altering my memories, and she's unable to.
It's fine if you want it done. They can do it.
The
He's a big boy.
sorceries of the Tremere would be easily detected by Anatoly. We cannot do it through those means. I've already discussed this with Chandra. Once we realized it was you who took the mission down off the board, which we had been observing closely for the last few nights to see who would take that deal. Once we realized it was you, we knew what you would come across and what you would find, and we knew what it meant. So we sent Taper out to recollect you all to bring you here before things got any more fouled up than they were. But unfortunately, you'd already pieced things together. Thomas's upbringing and Chandra's teaching has paid dividends, but unfortunately now he knows too much.
You want it done, do it.
Go on, second.
Okay. So
It's okay, second. This is how we get through this. Remember, this is for the good of us.
All right.
Are good.
Well, since everybody's saying that,
It's keeping an eye on Tyrone throughout this whole thing.
And I have
Twitching a bit more than usual.
unspent XP,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna boost dementation to by 2 levels. So
Man.
why
you're-
not? I was gonna go down an Auspex lane, but I guess we're not. So
that puts you in Eyes of Chaos?
yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do.
All right, second, you are gonna rob me of a bit of sanity during a period of, if you can at all, during when I would have figured all this out. So around the time we got to when I was entertaining it would probably be the moment we heard about the deputy being missing before we got the job.
What's great
that
is
would
you're
be a
telling
safe
me
point to
this
sit
like
there.
I can just code it right in. I'm pretty sure it's
Talk to
just
paper.
another bomb. So I'm like, here we go.
right.
Sometimes a van can be a van. And I roll manipulation subterfuge for
That's
a
fan could be
haunting.
a band. Your brain just implodes on that thought. Sometimes fan could be a band.
Make
What does that mean?
Make a follow-up manipulation plus empathy difficulty 7 after you're done with that roll.
Okay. Manipulation, empathy of 7. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying over there. Which one's my empathy at? It's not good. All my dementation is dog shit. Hold on. Oh, okay. I got 2 successes for haunting.
Okay.
So that's 2 nights. And then I got 3 successes for passion.
Okay. So you reach in to Thomas's mind, and through this process with Auspex, you kind of get just very small sort of glimpses of his upbringing in that cult. Most people join cults like when they go to college, but college got him out of one briefly. But growing up in that, you see his day-to-day life living in this commune type environment. Maybe not what you initially think of as a cult. They're not walking around in robes, but they are living this very secluded kind of life. Teachings every day of from these strange books. Things that suddenly don't seem maybe quite so odd. And while I'm looking at rules, there's something going on in chat. I see everybody looking the other. Okay, just making sure nothing happened in chat that I need to know. You see this
Trying to look at the book.
as Lich is edging closer.
Things glitching out.
Thanks, Ledge.
You see this whole part of him, and now it gives you a glimpse of his nature and his demeanor, which I will let Boffrin pass over to you. Although I think he gets technically a contested roll first.
I start while he's doing that. I start typing on the keyboard that isn't there, and I start structuring a chronological lattice work, like a concept map. It's more like a beehive that spawns out from a center point, and I try and set up both chronologically, and then I fracture it along like importance or emotional states, so it looks like a seemingly organized, disorganized map.
Okay. This attempt also cost you a blood point.
Okay, good. Then I'm down to 1.
Oh, shit. We'll
Just
talk
be
about
curious,
that in a
what would
moment.
the contested roll be against?
The contested roll for you. Let me see if it says if you get a. I was trying to find if there is a contested roll or not on this.
They're both contested. Passion was a humanity score, which I didn't actually ask Boffrin. Sorry, and haunting
Humanity's
is
a 6.
Okay, so then that's still 2, and then no, that one's still 3, and then so that's for one night, and then haunting was your perception plus self control.
Yeah. That is the difficulty, I think. That's what I was trying to look up. I thought at first you were going to use Eyes of Chaos. So I was looking at that one and I was like, well, that's not actually, I think, what you're looking for.
No, it's not. It doesn't do anything.
Perception self-control is 5.
Okay, so then that's still 2 successes. Everything stands. So
Everything stands.
it doesn't. Yeah, everything stands. So it's 2 successes on haunting and 3 on passion.
All right. Let me read for a second. Okay. I need a Roshrik check from Thomas Waller.
Oh, sure.
Oh, hell. Courage. Nice.
Ain't no big thing. So did Tyrone actually go over and hold him down or not?
No,
No, we didn't
Okay.
call Tyrone.
He's a D-bag.
Tyrone's not. He's standing there
Alright.
looking at both of you.
Difficulty on that 7.
Yes, it is.
We'll take 3 successes.
Ooh, that matches the number that second had when he inflicted on you. So you successfully resist Roshrik. You find yourself gripping onto the chair as what second described is being kind of re-etched, and you're kind of reliving some of maybe the worser parts of your time in your cult growing up. You find those things getting drawn to the surface. It's almost as though he's been able to sort of rewrite that the last couple of days it's not like with Dominate where he can rewrite memory. Just that those are the things that are on your mind instead of your current dilemma. And it will make it more difficult for you to answer anything when it comes time to be put before Anatoly. It will give you somewhat of a chance. It's a good job on the resist roll, too.
Yeah, apparently.
You see that Tyrone has kind of subtly, Nathan, got his hand on what you think might be a stake inside his jacket, just from the way that he's kind of reaching in there and grabbing hold of something as he's keeping an eye on Thomas. And he kind of looks over.
Blessed are the children of Cain, long may the cattle serve, and may be holy and brought in to bring the sacrament unto the chosen.
I think I did what I was supposed to do.
Taper.
There was a lot of tension in the first and fourth quadrant, but I locked that down. So the bolts should hold in the framework, at least. Unless the van gets up on its own.
Taper walks over and he puts a hand on second shoulder. Jerry would be proud.
Is he?
I don't know. Maybe you'd have to find him and ask him.
Jerry, wink to me if you can see me.
He starts looking over his shoulders.
Okay.
Is he here somewhere? Do you see him? I never
thought I
see
did.
him.
Right. Of course. Sorry.
Okay,
Much
well,
mouse.
Blessed are the ascended, for they shall not taste upon death of the normal people. Long will their lives be.
Hey, completely separate from the group, I want to However, I was talking to Eve. Was that just on my? How was that occurring on my phone?
You did that on your laptop and then proceeded to smash it in the road, if I remember correctly, and set it on fire.
Okay, that's true. I pull out my phone and I want to reach out to Eve.
Oh, you're gonna try to make contact through the phone. Okay.
Yeah.
Just a
Again, I want to try and secure it as much as I possibly can.
What's computer?
And I'll do it through some sort of like in the way that I used to work on like building her framework. I'll reach out to wherever any location I feel she may have been stored that I personally hadn't destroyed yet when I was on my quest.
Okay, so you try to reach out to Eve.
Yeah.
What's computers?
Okay. 2, 3, 4 successes.
4 successes. Okay. So you try to reach in and you go to a server site where you used to dump files back in your mortal days, and
Yeah.
you get in there, and as you start to search around, you make contact again. The DOS screen pops up.
Eve, are you aware of what is currently happening? How much can you see me, Eve? Question mark.
You let me see everything.
Even now? Question mark.
Even now.
Can I trust them, Eve?
Do you even know how to trust?
Did I make any others besides Jerry, Eve?
No.
Eve, keep an open line of communication.
Does this mean we're friends? I thought you hated me.
Everything's right side up. And it was never supposed to be. So maybe that makes us friends now.
No. Everything's upside down.
I'm willing to make peace. I need allies. Everything is wrong. But even though I think I know what you've done, maybe all that's wrong too.
But didn't you leave to make allies? Look around you.
Blessed are the cattle, for as they face the slaughter, they shall know no fear, for they know that their blood goes to feed those who are better.
I need as many as I can get. Are you on my side? I don't want you as an enemy if you are willing to talk.
I don't know how not to be on your side. You made me this way.
I
How-
made you to undo me?
How could anything that is made hate that which created it?
Good. Thank you for your counsel, Eve. And then I code in a gold star for her. And
Meanwhile, Nate's giving Tyrone the stink eye.
You see Tyrone's like looking at Chandra like, is he okay? Did it work? He sees a little...
Fucking jabbering crazy foot over there.
I group text. Let me get this straight. Just to the buddies. Let me get this straight. We are the weapon that will help him undo all of this? Question mark. Aren't we noob sauce useless? Question mark.
He's tipping his hand. He's a bitch. He needs help.
I'm so confused. Smiley vampire teeth face.
Samesies! Samesies! Eggplant!
Vitae is the holy
Each-
sacrament we
each-
may offer unto our kindred masters that we may be of use unto them.
But hey, look at what a good job I did on Tommy. Tommy's all jacked up. His van don't know how to drive.
All right, so he's broken now. Now what?
You see a second taper appears and walks over and slaps Thomas across the face.
I don't think Omar's ever seen a second taper.
We haven't either.
Okay,
technic-
I just want to make sure.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but-
No one's ever seen him in
Yeah,
the
but-
same place at the same time.
Holy
Does
shit!
he have a
there's
bunch of
two
barbed
them?
wire and holes in his chest or anything?
He has marks on him from some barbed wire, and he has a most definite hole in his chest where he has been stabbed. It's been somewhat healed up.
I look at the one next to me. How do I take my coffee?
You can't drink coffee anymore.
You know what I'm talking about, Jerry. How did I take my coffee?
I don't know. He looks at Tyrone and reckons.
Don't look at them, Jerry. You look at me, Jerry. How do I take my coffee?
And the one slapping Thomas around looks at him and says, "Everyone knows you like your coffee black."
We have to destroy them both. It's the only way.
Did you say that out loud?
You see that Tyrone and Chandra have stopped, and they're both looking at each other, and they're both looking at the two tapers.
I look at the two tapers, eyes of chaos. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Perception occult? All right.
It sounds good.
That's going to be dog shit.
It's full of like
That's-
one.
Yeah. It's going to be real bad. All I'm looking for, honestly, Ogle, I hate to do this, but Eyes of Chaos for me is literally going to be, hey, ST, give me insight. it's literally like, the way it's written, it's like an anti-cryptic tool. Pan needs this in my game.
We all need it in your
It
game
would still
right
come
now.
back to me cryptic. Yeah.
Okay, so
I
Go
got two successes if the difficulty is 7.
it is. We'll just leave
I'm
it at
not
7.
looking to understand nature. I'm just looking to understand a pattern.
You see both of them standing there. One a almost flawless replica of the other. And you remember now. You remember your work you were doing when Jerry used to bring you your coffee when you were working on Eve. And you remember a run-in with Taper, it was weird, awkward. You hadn't never met anyone as awkward as you. He dressed funny. He talked funny. He claimed he too was working on an AI. He wanted to swap notes. You were used to meeting others in the hacking circles. He maybe perhaps isn't the weirdest one you ever met. He didn't really fit the whole recluse that you maybe imagined, but he was certainly edgy and out there. And then you remember now, he is the one who bit you. But he never put you in a bathtub. No. He left you to your own devices. He would occasionally pop in. You'd see him here or there. He would trade notes with you about your work on Eve. He would offer you advice. And you remember now that pull. You wanted to be near him. But he always left you alone. And then it started to work. It took off. It started to think. And that's when you had to burn it all down. But someone made it out of the fire. You set the whole place ablaze. You thought everyone was empty. You thought everyone was out. But you were wrong. Jerry, he was still in there. But he made it out after you did. Jerry wasn't gonna live. You took him to her, didn't you? Your fascination with your friend Taper. Taper made you. And then in turn, you made a Taper. But you couldn't just change him. No. You had to break him. You had to break him the same way you just had to break Thomas. It took a while. Everything you thought you knew about Taper, everything you believed was true about Taper, now he believes.
I turn to the one that's just showed up.
Classic.
Am I doing good?
He turns, looks at you. He gives you a big grin and a thumbs up.
Okay.
He leans over, points at the other Taper, and he says, "Who's he?"
An homage. And a happy accident.
Right back.
Group chat. I got a lot to decompress. Turns out a veritable treasure trove of repressed memories. Gee golly, this is a wang doodle right now. There's 2 tapers. The one next to me's Jerry. The one over there's my actual taper. I'm as confused as you are. Sorry. I need a break. And I'm just going to sit down on my phone.
I don't think you could possibly be as confused as me.
It's about that
Poop
time
face emoji.
when you see that the sliding door behind the van for the warehouse slides over a small bit. And you see a few mortals begin to walk in. Omar, you recognize them.
I do. Who are they?
They're members of your herd.
Oh. Hey, everyone. Actually, I'm obfuscated. Disembodied voice from behind the van. Hey, everyone.
You take out your device when you're sending second that message back, and you see that there's a little red number 2 on your hemoglobin. There's 2 orders placed.
Really? So I click. I want to see where they're supposed to be delivered to. It's probably here.
To here.
Damn it.
Your only customer so far has been second.
One placed by second before he left,
Uh-huh.
which has a destination of basically like follow this ping.
Okay.
And a second one was put in by Chandra with this location denoted. And you see a few of your people walk in.
Great. Get to work.
You've done well, Omar. You've done well. Grub would be proud.
Oh, we're just getting started.
Now, indeed we are. You see the door slides back shut. Now we have to take care of another small bit of business. It's time to properly bring the rest of you in.
What's that mean?
What does that mean?
Nate's looking around to see if anyone else is coming for us or hiding in the shadows or looming ready to ambush us.
Oh, snap.
Jay
26
Bruce.
months. Jay
Wow.
Bruce.
Thank you.
26
Jeez.
month streak. That's more than I've got, and it's my channel.
Well,
That's
he doesn't
amazing.
read, so you guys gave him a break.
Now, there's a lot of traditions that we hold.
I just learned all the traditions.
Not those traditions. Those traditions belong to the Camarilla. You need to know them. They're still going to be useful to you. But there's another set of traditions that we hold here in the Sabbat, known as the Auctoritas Ritae. And the first of those, your introduction into our sect, is a thing that we call the Vauldery. And to do that, you're all going to need to feed. So we thank Omar for supplying us with tonight's meal. And you see the mortals are all standing there kind of looking at each other. Go on. We don't have time to put you back in bathtubs and hang them from chains. Do as nature intended.
I look at her and say, "Be nice to them, please. They have to last more than tonight."
Yeah, that's happening.
Yeah. Well.
So,
Cameron, your herd is now down to 1.
I currently only have 1 blood to fill up, so I'm not even that hungry.
I have a feeling there are others who are.
Yeah, I have only one blood. So
You see...
the max blood pool is 10 at
Mhm.
our level. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, 10. Yeah.
Okay.
So one of them, herder people that are safe to feed from. Omar's been working on conditioning them, not dominate conditioning, but conditioning them otherwise.
And I can't recall, is herd is 1 for 1, or herd is like a number per dot?
It's
it's
a
like a vague
works.
number.
It's a number.
It's
It's written down in the book. It escalates pretty quick.
It does escalate pretty quick.
Gotcha. Yeah, because it's like allies
Thomas,
is
do you
1 for
need any
1,
blood at this
yeah.
point?
I'm down about 3.
Okay, so you're not at hungry the way second is. Second is
Yeah, I'm down about 9.
Yeah. You're gonna have to, when the first one cuts their arm to present
They're
to
going
you,
hardcore. Wow.
you're
They
gonna have
learn
to
quickly.
You're gonna have to roll self-control.
Roll like, okay. And
Ooh.
I got 2 successes. If
Okay.
it's 7.
Yeah. You can drink and stop yourself before you go too far, costing Omar any of his
Okay.
herd.
I take 3 from that one,
Okay.
and then I'll go to another one and take 3 too.
Yeah, good.
Because 3, I don't kill them, right?
Right.
Okay.
You see that Chandra walks over there and
damn.
yeah. It
That's a
escalates.
big herd right now.
You do.
How many do you have? How many people are in here now?
I don't know. Is it the entire 4 dots of herd?
No.
Because
Yeah,
I
four
would-
dots.
I have
No.
4 dots of herd.
How many
They-
people are in here?
There's like 2 or 3 that walked in.
2 or 3. Okay, then I stop at 2 people.
Yeah. So you see that Chandra goes over there and has a quick talk with them. Those of you, Thomas would recognize that she's kind of using what you consider kind of code words that are typically used along with the powers of dominate to reassure that they do not remember anything except going and donating a couple of units of blood.
Second is so into feeding that he lapses while Levi goes to pee.
Yeah, Nate tries to take his blood quickly so as not to be distracted from keeping an eye on the goings-on.
When
He's
she's
still paranoid.
When she's done, you see Chandra comes back over with a bowl. Now, Thomas, you've seen these bowls before.
Yes, smoke them.
You know how offering plates work. Yeah,
I know
Put your
nothing
wafer
about
in.
bowls. I know nothing about bowls.
he has it already prepped as a backdrop. You see Chandra takes one of her long nails and cuts her wrist and forces a bit of Ritae into the bowl. Passes it over to the original non-punctured taper, who does the same. You see the bowl passes around to Tyrone, who likewise puts one in. Tyrone hands the bowl to Nathan.
What's this do?
It will set you free.
Man, just be straight with me. What does this do?
The
A little flashback here. Thusly shall the chains of the father be broken upon the children. They shall take up the bowl and sit there and mix their vitae thusly. And they will sit there and sup upon this, and it shall break the bonds of slavery and shackles that have been foisted upon them by their masters.
He really did his homework. He sounds great.
Yeah.
I mean, say what you will. Guy's a trooper. Really hits the books.
This is done.
Did you go through a whole thing saying about blood bonding and all that shit?
Indeed, and this is how you break it. A blood bond's between two individuals. When I gave you my vitae to make you what you are, as much as you would love to hate me, when the time comes, you can't hardly pull yourself to raise fist against me. I always get the benefit of the doubt, don't I?
Get lucky.
Now, you see the same here with these two tapers. This one here originally placed the bond upon him when he was created. And now, he's created another. And you see the bond there between them. Over time it may wear off with distance. But we often do not have that kind of time. This is our way of breaking those bonds. Normally, in a normal situation, we would do this more immediately upon your embrace.
Sexual tension is palatable.
Oh,
Hey, you're breathtaking. You just tipped us $3. Thank you.
Oh, wow.
Thanks. You are breathtaking.
You are breathtaking. Thank you. You didn't,
We're
you don't
vampires.
gotta
We don't
do
even
that.
breathe.
You did that. Thanks.
but now that you're more fully aware, well, there's no reason
I
to
text
withhold
Nate.
from you now.
Tyrone seems rapey.
A little bit.
The sexual
teeth emoji.
tension, the sexual tension he's throwing your way is palatable. Stay away from his hands.
I was going to say the same about the Jerrys. Fine, I'll drop some.
Stay
blood
out
there.
of my backyard, Nate. Get your own van.
He handed you the bowl. Who do you hand it to?
I'll hand it to. I assume second's probably near me since we're talking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I look a little out of it. Okay. Hey, Nate. Hey,
Hey,
what are we doing with this bowl?
apparently we're putting our blood in this, and it's going
Great.
to break our chains. Where the fuck that means?
Of course it will. Everybody knows bowls break chains. Sure. And I put a dot of blood in the bowl. Woo hoo.
Who do you hand it to?
Did Nate already do it? Is his blood in there? Did you do it?
Nate's in there. He handed it to you.
All right. I give it to Hey Tom. Hey Tom. Hey. What about the childer or the fathers?
As you get ready to hand it to Thomas, Chandra steps in and puts her hands over this. Says, No. We can't do that right now with him.
Oh, okay. Why?
The children of Gorachek shall be marked out by their betrayal upon the clan.
He's talking about Gorachek.
Yeah. He still has to meet with Anatoly, and we would hate to undo all of your hard work.
Call it hard work.
Now,
Okay, yeah. Hey, Omar,
Yeah.
Text the
don't
guys.
look at me. No eye contact. Here we go. And I hand him the bowl.
I text the guys like they're not blood bonding him. Why not? They're fucking with us.
Because we're still in a shit show and there's no ticket out. I just found out I made a dude in the image of my sire because I think he's so cool. And I did not know I think he's so cool till 10 minutes ago.
I don't see how this is any different than all the shit we did last month.
Last month we had agency. ... Kind of. Carrot emoji, rabbit.
I like that these random emojis are catching on. Well,
Edging hour.
And you see
Let's get closer.
You see Tyrone the bull makes it to Omar. Omar, do you?
Okay, I guess this is what we do now. 1 point of blood in there.
You see Chandra walks over with a looks like a thing of stone, and she like a stone
Word pestle kind of thing?
yeah, sort of one of those, and she's kind of using it to sort of kind of push everything around. She goes, "This is not Tremere sorcery, I promise you. This is a rite that extends far older than our sorceries." And she leans up and takes the first drink from the bowl.
Exactly, Malice. Exactly.
And the Keldoons did know of ways and magics that were strange until the Tremere. And they did sit there and develop sorceries that allowed them to break their chains and sup upon their fathers without fear of reprisal.
And she
See, he knows
passes
what's
it.
going on. He's talking about chain breaking and drinking chains.
She hands it to the elder taper, who he takes his sip, and hands it to Tyrone, and he takes his. Tyrone hands it to Nathan.
This means like we're all really in a club now, right?
I make sure watching them that they swallow.
They do. You can see they definitely drink it.
I'm real sus. Bring it close, like I'm tipping it in. See if anything changes in their eyes. And if nothing does, then I'll take the drink.
This feels like Masons. Does this feel like Masons to you? Say to Omar.
This feels a lot like when you were a kid and you made a deal with your friend and then you both spit in your hands and then you shook on it.
Nah, this feels more like when you're a kid and you make a deal with your friend.
When
and then a bunch of bullies jerk off on a donut and then the last guy's got to eat it. That's a lot like what this feels like.
You had a much stranger childhood than me.
I was bullied a lot.
When you take your drink, Nathan, and you swallow it,
Yep.
you can feel this pull sort of between you and Tyrone sunder. Those inhibitions you had about wanting to just deck him, that you had the whole way in the van till you got here, it's gone.
Nice.
Is it
You
though?
hand
Is
the
it?
bowl to second.
It's time.
Second, do you drink for the
I'd drink it. Yep.
You feel... Well, you don't feel really anything change.
Bing, bing, bing. Everything is the same.
I think technically the Voldery technically connects you all to each other, but I don't think it acts as a true blood bond, if I remember correctly. So
No,
you're not...
it's
Nah, you get a vernaculum
It's-
rating, and what it would do
Yeah.
is,
It's a little different.
Very-
yeah,
Right.
it's not like a true blood bond. It's
Exactly.
more like, I kind of favor this person a little more,
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a random
It's-
person too,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. So you guys feel... Now, Second doesn't feel anything immediately. His bond to the original taper would have broke a while back. Who does feel something is the younger taper, who is not invited to be part of this party and is standing over there, still looking at Thomas, like intently just kind of looking at him. It's almost as though he's trying to look inside his head.
Hey, leave him alone. Jerry, leave him alone.
He kind of snaps up and he kind of looks around. And then he realizes he looks at you. And he says, something's different. I don't think I'm wanted here anymore. He slurks back into the shadows.
Fly free, butterfly.
As you
Fly.
hand the bowl over to Omar.
Fly, butterfly. Fly free.
Oh.
Well, again, I guess it's my turn.
No eye contact. Stop looking at me. And I hand him the bowl. Stop it!
I don't understand the problem.
Oh, it's so rough. Oh.
Thanks for this.
There are separate moving parts where they shouldn't be moving.
All right.
Cheers.
That's why he goes last, right? So we don't have to share the lips on the bowls.
So you drink, and when you're done, there's nothing left in there. You all get your 1 point of Vitae back from drinking that you just put back in. So you make sure you record that. And again,
Now it's yours.
Are we going to do random vernaculum ratings based on buddies in the group?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there was the 3 of you and 3 of the sires who drank.
Yes.
So that's a 6. So you each need to roll a d6.
D6.
We'll roll the skull.
I
Hey,
know, who brought d6s
Appropriate.
to the World of Darkness game, right? But
that's a 6er.
so that's Omar.
Or it's a 2.
2 is Tyrone.
Shit.
Got a 5.
5 is second.
Okay, what does that mean? I don't know what this means.
That means you
Just
have
put a
Verniculum 1. Just write Verniculum 1 on one of those extra traits line and put Verniculum was second and one dot next to it. Every time you do a Vauldery, you will gain Verniculum with one other person who's in the Vauldery. And it's a different kind of blood bond than a normal one.
It's
Great.
like it's a gradual blood bond. It's not as
I feel
Yeah.
so close to you. As I stare at his eyes.
No, that's the beauty of it. It's not a true blood bond. It
Right.
breaks blood bonds.
It breaks
So-
normal blood bonds and replaces it with this sort of
Uh-huh.
Sliding scale.
Russian roulette blood bond, if you will.
Russian roulette sliding scale.
I'm just speaking from my heart.
And unfortunately, because he still has to go before Anatoly and a bone of lies, good old Thomas is not allowed to be a part of this one, but he'll get to in the next round.
Sure, you could do it if you wanted to right now. Good eye guy.
Oh, I could, but then I'd have this awesome little mark on my head, like Chandra does to me.
No, look over at her. Does she have anything on her head?
You don't.
Not that you can see.
Not that you can see.
I auspex her. Does she have anything on her head?
Nope.
Nope.
Did you give him like LSD? What the hell did you do to him?
No, he just probably sees something. Don't.
All right.
He's been a good boy. Give him a break.
Tyrone takes the bowl from Omar and hands it back to Chandra.
I get real buddy with Nate real quick. Like, all this sucks, and for all the weirdness out of Tom's face, he hasn't been wrong about anything yet, so he is trying.
Yeah, he's trying, man. It's real weird.
Tyrone's intense.
Yeah.
Look, as they used to say back at the summer camp, the children of the sacrament, and the sacrament freed them that they may raise their swords against the elders who sat there and rebelled against Cain.
Right.
And to sit there and bring them in the line and reclaim their vitae that they may be strengthened and closer and made one unto Cain.
Right, and then Gorbachev brought the bowls that broke the chains.
He's got
That's
a big
exactly-
spot on his head.
It's got a big
That's
spot
all
on
I
his
know.
head.
Just like Chandra. Okay.
That's the Boy Scout camp you went to? Man.
Yeah, I got a fresh dose of those memories.
Hey.
Oh.
So,
All right,
now,
fine.
you have all taken your first step into officially being members of the Sabbat. You have broken your chains to us, your sires, those
Mine
who
was
are
already
still with
broken.
us, and have begun to form those bonds amongst each other. Bonds that you're going to need in order to fulfill your very covert mission.
Coverts are style, that's for sure.
Yes, second.
Oh.
Glitching hour. Bam, 200.
Thank
you.
Thanks, Lishing Hour.
What are you doing?
Is
What'd you
it
say,
Tyrone?
overt mission?
Is it Tyrone that called on me, I assume?
Yeah.
Sir? I killed Grub.
Chandra and Tyrone kind of look at each other. You killed Grub?
At the time, he was a big monster. I was really scared. And I wanted to get out of the house. No one would let me, so I turned the gas on, and I killed.
I just Tyrone, or not Tyrone. Nate just looks over him like, what?
Full disclosure, I just want to be straight with you. I figure that's going to get us out of this. You're also very scary.
Very well, in accordance to our kind, you'll need to record Grub's boon debt. Ode to Omar.
So
Good news, Omar.
Fantastic.
Out of debt.
I make a spreadsheet or something like that.
You record it with Tasha.
Okay.
She'll see that the debt is transferred from Omar to you.
I hop on my account, pleated khakis. Tasha, it's khakis. Killed Grub. Need to handle that debt. Whoopsie. Cucumber potato
is.
emoji.
Grub would never eat a cucumber
That's true.
unless it was pickled in a large jar of other cucumbers.
You get a message thing back. It says a big confirm button, and it has a list of the boons that Omar currently owes.
Woo! I get out Google Sheets and I start clocking that shit down like a madman. I want to make a computer check to set up an accurate Google Sheets debt account.
Okay. In computers.
Computers. So that means that all that debt that
4 successes!
You
It's
got
gone.
it all set up.
Fantastic.
You're a
This
free
works
man,
out
Omar.
Great for me.
Omar, you're
So
debt
glad you
free.
killed him.
Check this out, Omar. Check it. I got it by last name. I got it by address. I got it by clan. I got it by
Fantastic. I don't care anymore.
ascending, descending.
So yeah, all of a sudden you get a confirmed message on yours, Omar, that says, "Are you willing to transfer your boons to, or the boons owed to second?"
1,000 times yes.
He hits the button, and it's your boon debts are suddenly cleared.
This works out great for me.
And I think that is where we will go ahead and wrap for the night. You have completed your first Valdery. You are semi-official members of Sabbat. Thomas has been somewhat mind-fucked to hopefully be able to pass a Bona Lies inspection by Anatoly, and Elysium is coming up in just a few days. So we'll see if it all holds.